And as he begins to grow in the NFL, especially this year, he's starting to come out of that shell and show what he's actually all about. And I think this will really show him.
He's still guarded. He gets it. He understands that I'm a quarterback and everything I say is going to be gone over with a fine-tooth comb. He gets it. He sees how Brady, he sees how these other quarterbacks have. You don't last 20-plus years, Skip, with no Skip, without being guarded.
Yep.
Just a little bit of that. But you're right. I just like to hear a little bit more from Kyler. And Aaron always does such a good job with those interviews. It'll be a great one. That is on Fox tonight, 7:30 Eastern. And let's talk a little bit more about Kyler. Guys, he's been on a tear recently, vaulting himself into the MVP discussion, while Russell Wilson, who seemed to be running away with MVP honors earlier this season, has basically dropped out of the race for the time being right now. Shannon, do you see Kyler becoming better than Russ?
Well, Skip, Kyler is very, very special, and I believe he's going to be special. And they've done a great job. They've done him a great service. They got him DeAndre Hopkins. Because you remember, Skip, for the first 7 years that he was that Russ was in Seattle, he didn't have that level of receiver. It wasn't until they got him DK Metcalf, they got him Tyler Lockett, that he got weapons, because basically we're going to run the football, Russ, and we're going to play defense with the Legion of Boom. Well, as they started tearing the Legion of Boom apart, they started like, well, hold on. We don't have that same level of defense, so we're going to have to score a little more. We just can't play, score 20 points and hope our defense shuts you out. So they started getting him weapons, and Russ started being Russ that we see right now, Skip. In 9 years, Russ has 92 wins, so that's a little over 10 wins a season.
And by the way, that's second best over that period to Tom Brady.
Russ has 255 touchdowns, 87 interceptions. Just for a little context, I know a guy that's been in the league 16 years, Jenny. I won't call his name. He has 390 touchdowns and 87 interceptions in 16 seasons. I won't call his name, but you know who that is. But anyway.
I don't know.
You do that. Oh, Goat Rodgers.
Oh, Goat Rodgers.
Goat Rodgers.
Goat Rodgers.
You're saying he's better than Brady? Now you've really lost your mind.
Skip, look. You can be good for one season. Can he be good for as many seasons as Russ has been good? Because Russ has been good for a lot of years, Skip. And I think he's going, because, like I said, it's kind of like when you played in the Jordan era. You played in the Jordan era, basically your career got swept up under the rug because he was so dominating. So you played in the Brady, you played in the Manning era. They're like, but you look at Russ, they're like, hold on. He did this up in Seattle? He's second behind Brady? More than Breeze? More than Rodgers? More than Big Ben? Huh? And it gets you like, damn. Now, obviously, Russ wasn't the player in baseball that Kyler is.
No, but he was
pretty good. Yeah. Skip, Kyler was a top 10 draft pick, and he was the #1 overall pick.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stick with Russ, and it goes to show you, but it just lets you know, Skip, what they think of Kyler. He's the #1 overall draft pick. So it ain't like, what we're getting for Russ, the 3rd-round pick, we're like, okay, anything. We expected Kyler to be this because you take a guy with the #1 overall pick, Skip, he's the face of your franchise, and you expect him to win MVPs and get you to Super Bowl. Russ is like, Skip, they paid Matt Flynn a ton of money to come from Green Bay. And he didn't take a snap as the starter. Russ beat the guy out in training camp.
He did.
So I'm going to stick with Russ for the time being. But, man, like you said, Kyler growing on me. He like bacteria, you growing on me, Skip.
So you have seen the light.
I see it. I mean, it's flickering. Like you tell me, it's flickering, Skip. I got to get my eyes adjusted. You know how it's dark and then he cut the light on and you like your eyes got to focus and get. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay. So, to your point, as much as I have loved Kyler from the start of his first games at the University of Oklahoma, as much as I loved his rookie year because he plays the best against the best, and I expect him tonight to take it way up. And we're going to talk more about the game a little bit here in a little bit on the show, but I expect him to outplay Russell Wilson tonight. But it's dangerous right now to fall into the prisoner of the moment trap, because right now Kyler just pulled off the Hail Murray.
Right.
Didn't play great in the game, but made one throw of throws and a catch of catches. stole one out from under the Buffalo Bills, who had played well enough to win the game up to that point, that moment, that last second. And yet, as you know, Russell Wilson got off to a rip-roaring start this year and was running away with the MVP. He had 17 touchdowns to 3 interceptions through 4 games. And all I heard from across the table was, Russ is he's killing it, right?
He was, yep.
Okay. And then all of a sudden, he had a 4-game skid in which he has led the NFL in turnovers. So you got to be careful, because right now, he is in the all-time skunk funk, right?
Yeah. He's in a rut as far as turning the ball over.
By his standards, back to your point of he's 92, 44, and 1 as a starter. Well, they still have a chance to pull out of this, this tailspin, and still be a factor to get to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Well, I'm going to remind everybody going into this year that the players voted on that top 100 on NFL, obviously, network and .com. And remember, he finished second to Lamar, but it was close. And a lot of people were making the case that Russell had become the best quarterback in pro football. So I'm not going to forget that, nor am I going to forget that he went head-to-head, Russell did, with Peyton Manning. And I know he had the Legion of Boom backing him up, but it was, what, 43-8?
43-8, yep. New York Super Bowl.
And he had a QBR in that game, scale 0 to 100, of 88. And then he turned right around and played Brady head-to-head and easily could have, you can say, should have beaten him.
Yeah.
And he had a QBR of 93 in that Super Bowl. So his QBR in 2 Super Bowls is above 90, which is outrageously great.
It is.
It's Hall of Fame performance.
Yeah, had he won that Super Bowl, Skip, and somebody asked you, well, is Kyler going to be better in the Russ? You're like, hell no, Russ got 2 Super Bowls.
That's what I'm saying. So he definitely has 2 Super Bowl appearances and 2 high-level performances.
Correct.
So for me, as much as I love Kyler, if you told me he could eclipse this career that Russell's had, I'd say, well, number one, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Because Russell's going to be in the Hall of Fame, I'm pretty sure, right?
And Skip, you said he's going to eclipse that. That means he's going to probably get to multiple Super Bowls, probably win. He's going to be an MVP. That's
So as I compare the two, do I think I love Kyler's arm and I love his lightning release, but do I think it's a better arm than Russ's? I do not. Because Russell's got big arm.
Russ?
Hey, is there a better deep ball thrower than Russell Wilson?
Nope.
Okay. And I know he's starting to tail off in his ability to rush the football and to make defenses pay for playing man all over the field and running with his receivers. But listen, has there ever been a more devastating runner at quarterback than Russell Wilson has been as a scrambler and a runner?
And the thing is, Skip, is that because he had that ability, he was never looking to run.
No.
He was always looking to run, to throw the ball down the field. That got him in trouble because he had a play on Sunday, Skip. If he just keep running, he going to get the first down easy, maybe score.
Look like it.
But he pulls up because he's always thinking, oh, I know what that guy's supposed to be. He wasn't there, and he got him in trouble. And this is the worst patch I've seen Russ play as far as turning the ball over, Skip. I mean, it started in Arizona. Remember, Skip, he had that 3 turnover game?
One in overtime. Lost.
And it just snowballed on him.
So in that one big year he had in 2014, the year they lost to Brady in the Super Bowl, last second play, he ran the ball for 849 yards and scored 6 rushing touchdowns. So Kyler this year is having a breakout running season. He's up to 604 yards. Will he eclipse 849? Probably. Yeah. Probably by a lot.
He might go over 1,000.
He might go over 1,000.
Now I don't know. He needs 7 games. Can he catch Lamar's record of over 1,200? He might, Skip.
He might. He's got electric feet, and he has the ability to stay out of harm's way.
Yes.
I'm going to knock on wood for him because it just takes one wrong move and wrong turn. But he demonstrated it all those games at Oklahoma, the big Texas games. He knows how to slide.